A bipartisan group of senators and representatives introduced a historic bill this morning that could change the cannabis legalization landscape across the United States. In a move that's been anticipated for weeks, Senator Cory Gardner and Senator Elizabeth Warren, along with Representative David Joyce, a Republican out of Ohio, and Earl Blumenauer, introduced the Strengthening the 10th Amendment and Trusting States Act, which is states' act, this morning on Capitol Hill. The measure would exempt state legal marijuana from the Controlled Substances Act, allowing every state to legalize and regulate cannabis or keep it illegal as they see fit. In a joint press conference, Senator Gardner emphasized the act would not mandate full nationwide legalization. Rather, it would allow each state to legalize or prohibit cannabis on its own. If a state chooses to do nothing, cannabis would remain federally illegal within the state's borders, but in states that legalize, federal prohibitions would not apply. So basically, it keeps you safer in your state. That's my interpretation here. Unless I'm missing something, this doesn't change a whole hell of a lot, but this would keep you safer in your state. This is an approach that allows the states to move forward, said Gardner. If a state like Oklahoma or Kansas or Nebraska chooses for themselves not to do this, they do not have to. The federal law remains the same. Nothing changes for them. But for those states like Massachusetts and Colorado, this is the opportunity our founders intended. Allow states to be those laboratories of democracy. Senator Warren and Senator Gardner spoke this morning. Okay. So here's the broad outlines. The act amends the Controlled Substances Act so that as long as states and tribes comply with a few basic protections, its provisions no longer apply to any person acting in compliance with state or tribal laws. The act states that compliant transactions are not trafficking and do not result in proceeds of an unlawful transaction. This would go a long way towards ending the difficulties cannabis companies have in obtaining banking services. Okay, that makes sense. The measure removes industrial hemp from the list of controlled substances under the CSA. That's a good thing. The following federal criminal provisions under the CSA continue to apply. Prohibits endangering human life while manufacturing marijuana. Prohibits the employee of persons under age 18 in drug operations. Okay. The act prohibits the distribution at transportation safety facilities, and it prohibits the distribution of sale to persons under 21 except for medical purposes. So Trump's part of the deal. So it's a bill that some political observers inside and outside the D.C. Beltway believe has a real chance, perhaps even becoming law. Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, there has been some kind of crossover of people coming around on pot, mostly because of economic opportunities, i.e. John Boehner. You know, he had an opportunity to make money off of it, so he was like, cool. And also, you know, who really has Trump's ear really good? Jeff Sessions. So yeah, I don't know if this will receive Trump support or not. I think it would be a good thing. It seems like a step in strengthening the protection for different states, which of course would lead to more states legalizing it. But you know, as far as whether it would have Trump's support or not, I think at this stage it's kind of tough to say. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.